It works well because a lot of people in the comments are like, "Oh my God, that's Woodfield."
Yeah.
And it gets a good engagement. So.
Did you see when the car drove into Woodfield?
I did, yeah. That was crazy. I wish I was there for that for
Yeah.
the video. That would have been awesome.
That,
The content would have been crazy. Recording.
For what? The car? Or
yeah,
what?
when the
Just
car
like-
drove into that little store.
When was this? I was not even aware of
It was a
this.
few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Imagine you go up to him like. oh,
Yeah,
so
start interviewing them. Oh, I would definitely have been recording if that was a thing. That was crazy.
So Chris Stock, what made you go into like what you're doing now, like recording on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram?
It was 2.5 years ago. It was October of 2020, and I was scrolling on TikTok. I'd never really thought about posting, and then there was this guy saying that his affiliates of his Discord could make like 1.5K a month, and at the time I was like, "Holy cow! I want to do that." So I started making videos to advertise this stock trading Discord, and then it just grew from there.
Damn.
So, it wasn't your Discord channel, right? It was like an associates. You were promoting someone else's, or was it yours?
No, it was some other guys. It was like a stocks one, so that basically people pay him, and then they get like alerts of when to buy and sell.
Yeah. Are you still like doing that?
No, I have my own, but I don't really do a lot with it now. But no, that guy turned out to be one of the biggest like NFT scammers. So
No.
like, yeah, I quit working for him like 2 years ago now, I think.
What did he do?
He just like rugged a few projects. Like if you're into NFTs, there's one called Squiggles. It was huge. They had good art. Like people really liked it, and then he just took all the money and left.
Damn, how much did he take?
It was a lot. I don't know. Probably in hundred thousands. I don't remember. I can call him right now. Like he's like I've talked to him a few months ago still.
You're still cool with them? We're boys? Nah, he fucked over a lot of people.
I've talked to him, but I don't like him as a person.
Okay.
But I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at without him, like helping me start making videos. But
Shit. And then you're from Iowa, right?
well, I'm from here, like in Schaumburg, but I
Schaumburg.
go to Iowa State.
Oh, so you're a college student at this moment right now?
Yeah,
What grade are you in?
freshman,
Fresh? So you're like, what, 19, 18?
19. Yeah.
Yo,
Oh,
what?
shit.
I thought you were like 21 or 20.
No, yeah, 19.
Bro, that's lit.
Thank you.
So what high school did you go to in Schaumburg?
Fremd.
Fremd? Okay.
Yeah.
We're from Evanston Township.
Okay.
So it's like maybe 15 minutes away from here.
Mhm. Okay.
Damn, okay. I didn't, that kind of shocked me. So you said 2 years ago. So you started at what, 17, 16, 17?
16. Yeah. Started making videos.
What? And then I see your videos sometimes and it's like has money, like to do with money, like finance. What got you into that?
Well, it started out all being videos in my room about the stock market, actually. That's where I started. And then about a year ago, I was sitting behind a ring light and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I hate this. Like, my videos aren't doing well. It's boring. So I called my friend who also makes videos and I said, hey, let's go to Woodfield and try to do interviews. And then that's where the interviews started and I really enjoyed it. And I was actually making content I was proud of. And I just kept going with those. But what I came to realize last year is that the finance companies have the biggest budgets for marketing. So by far, they pay the best for brand deals. So I try to keep it finance related, stay as like a finance creator, and then I can work with those companies and make more money.
So if you curse, you don't get paid, right? There's like restrictions.
It depends who I'm working with. Some companies care, some companies don't.
Who was your first like biggest endorsement deal or sponsor?
It didn't work out because I wasn't 18 at the time, but there's this brokerage called Tastyworks and you can just buy stocks on their platform, and they offered me $2,000 for 2 videos.
Wow.
When I was at like not even 100K. It was probably my biggest deal, and then they realized I wasn't 18 and they no longer wanted to work with me. But that was my first deal. And then what was that your question? I forgot.
Yeah, like how does that work? Kind of like.
Oh yeah, well it depends. A lot of companies just email me and then I go from there. But if I'm not getting a lot of deals, I do a lot of outreach myself to find my own deals.
That's lit.
Was that like a video on Instagram or like a YouTube video?
TikTok video.
Holy crap! So like 60 seconds,
Less than that, probably like 30.
30. So like a minute, you'll get $2,000.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
I mean, I can tell you guys the rates I'm getting now after this. I don't want to say them on here, but it is like really quick. Like let's say it's $2,000 for a couple hours of work, but at the same time it's $2,000 for an audience I've spent years building, and then like content creation skills too. Like I can make ads go viral because they're staged, and like if I hadn't spent a lot of time getting good at how to like actually do that and how to produce the video, that they wouldn't like do as well. So that's also what they're paying for, is like the skill as well.
Oh wow! And then, like just going back all the way back, did you know you want to do content when you were like a little kid?
No. Well, I don't know. I made Minecraft videos like 9 years ago.
Okay.
They're all privated, but I still have my channel. I had 52 subscribers, and I started making videos then. So I actually kind of like wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber, but now we're different path than that. But still, I do like making videos, so it kind of worked out, I guess.
When did you pivot out the Minecraft though?
I did them 9 years ago. I think I made about 20, and then I gave up because I only had 52 subscribers.
Right.
And then I started a meme page sophomore year of high school, and that was like my next content journey. And I made $8 from it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, did a few brand deals for like $5, or one for $5 and one for $3, I think. So I was making making money through social media, or trying to at least, since like high school. But I had no idea I'd be where I'm at now.
Jesus Christ. When did you actually explode? What year? How old were you and what grade were you in?
On TikTok?
Yeah.
I think the when I really blew up was there's a couple times. It was, I think, junior year. It was two years ago, a little more than that. I went from, it was junior year. I went from 19K on TikTok to like 70K in like a few days, because I had one video do really well. And that really took it from like, 15K or 19, whatever, not a lot, to like, damn, I actually have some followers now. And then this year I started the year at like 260, and now I'm at 1.3 million. So this year too.
Jesus Christ.
So how was that when you hit the milli?
Oh, it was awesome. I had a room of like, the guys in my dorm are all really supportive. I had like probably 10 to 15 people in my room. I'm like, everyone, it's about to happen, let's hit it. But let's watch it. And we had like the counter on the screen, and it was awesome. Yeah.
Did you celebrate? How'd you celebrate when you hit the 1 milli?
We celebrated. I'm not 21, so I can't really say anything.
Right.
But we had a good weekend.
A lot of Capri Suns.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually specifically posted the video that Thursday because I knew it would take about a day to gain me the followers I needed to hit 1 million, and it happened like perfectly the next day, which is kind of how I had planned it. I'm hoping to hit by that Friday, and then we had that Friday and Saturday to have fun.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
So like when in high school, when you blew to 70K, did people just like, what did people say in high school? You're in high school when that happened. So like, how did people react to that?
Well, that was during the COVID year, so like I wasn't really talking to people. But the year after, a lot of people didn't know, like I was making videos at all. Like we'd be in like economics, doing like a stock market thing, and I was being sponsored by brokerage companies, which is pretty cool. And I didn't really talk about it, but then when I posted that I hit 100K, which was in senior year, I had a bunch of people slide up and be like, "Oh my god, I had no idea."
Jesus Christ.
So yeah.
Dude, damn, congrats. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So back then, your page was all about finance and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what was your favorite movie? Like The Wolf of Wall Street and
Yeah,
stuff?
that is. Yeah. Yeah, I love that movie. It's like the cliche finance bro movie, but I like watching it.
It's the greatest move of all time. Like
Oh,
people
it's-
do not.
Oh, it's
girls
awesome.
do not like it. I don't know why.
No, the one chick I'm talking to, it's her favorite movie.
Really?
Yes.
She the
Hell
one?
yeah.
Well, we can talk about it off podcast after our conversation this week. I don't know, but got a little friend zoned, but it's okay. She's really cool, but no, it's her favorite movie.
What?
Yes. She told me. I'm like, there's no way. Like, you're fucking with me. Can I swear on this?
Yeah, you can swear on this.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no way. And she's like, yeah, it's my favorite movie.
Fuck.
That's the only woman I know ever that actually likes that movie.
I mean, how many times have you watched it? I watched it maybe like
Probably
15,
probably
20.
like 5 at least.
The past week, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or-
okay.
No, today actually. While I was driving here.
Rookie numbers.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I've watched it like 5 times also, but I've watched like the Margot Robbie scene like 10 times probably.
She's bad. She's bad.
So bad. Celebrity crush though. What would be a celebrity crush or a celebrity you'd want to interview?
I've DM'd a bunch of celebrities to interview them because I figure if I send 100 DMs, one of them's got to respond. Do you know who Ty Lopez is?
No.
Yeah.
He made a bunch of ads where he'd be like, "I'm here in my garage." That's his like famous line.
Yeah.
That guy. He follows me back on TikTok, and when someone follows you back, you can DM them. I don't know if it's the real Ty Lopez, but I think it might be the real one. And I've asked him. We've talked a tiny bit, and I've asked him if I could interview him because I'll fly out to wherever he is to interview him.
Wow.
No problem. But he hasn't. After I said that, he didn't respond. So that would be a cool interview.
So he'd be like the one you'd want to go interview then.
Any celebrity. I mean, Ryan Reynolds would be awesome.
He just sold his
I know,
Mobile,
for
right?
like he's gonna make like 300 million.
Oh my god.
Crazy, yeah.
What do you even do with that money when you're at that point?
Put it in the stock market.
Yeah.
I'd give some away. I have no idea. That's where I want to be eventually.
Oh, gee. And that's how you invest your money that you make off TikTok then? Like back in the stock market or?
Yeah, I put like some of it into stocks and crypto and then also reinvest into content. So I like bought a new camera a few weeks ago. Sometimes I take trips to like either meet people and network or trips to film. Like I went to LA to make content there. So some of it's reinvesting, and then also a lot of my videos, the videos that gave me the most followers are when I like go and buy people stuff. So I spent like a lot of money at the mall too, like buying other people's stuff.
I've seen that,
videos. Yeah, those convert really well.
I've seen the one in Chicago. I also wanted to ask you a question. When me and Axel too, so like when you go up to people, how do you tell yourself, I'm going to go interview that person? Like, do you get nervous? Do you not get nervous?
The first one's always the hardest, like the first one of the day. And then after that, like you get like a yes, and then it goes well, and then you're like, oh, this is easy. So it depends. I used to get like nervous, but now, or no, I used to get like scared, but now I'm more comfortable with being scared.
Okay.
Because that's like the quote I used. Like it's just, I don't know. You kind of find your person. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go ask them, because I'll probably never see them again. So
that's the same thing I tell myself sometimes.
Yeah.
It's always the first one or two people, and afterwards, just get this confidence.
Exactly. And then like it goes really well, and you're like, oh, this is easy. I can go talk to people. And another thing I do is I hold up my phone with the account, and they see the followers, and they're like, oh, he's actually like real.
Legit.
Yeah. Which sometimes might hurt because they're like, oh, I'm actually going to be in front of people. But I don't know. My camera guy's with me. Like you see that. Like you see it's real. So yeah, I just tell myself, you know what, we're going to go talk to them, and I do.
How do you approach them though? Like, what do you just be like, hey, do you want to be on a video? Or
my exact line is, excuse me, I'm filming interviews for TikTok. Would you like to be in a video? Like that's the exact line I've said hundreds of times. I don't know why. It just kind of works, I guess.
Yo, that's lit. I mean, usually when we would go record, I just go straight up to them and be like, ask them the question. But what has been working for me recently is just I go up to them and be like, yo, I have this broadcast and media class. Do you guys want to participate so I can get an A? And people are just like, yeah, sure.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I do like the walk-up version where I just walk up and ask them a question. It's like on the spot. And those are easier, but you can get more clips because like people don't say no. They're just automatically in the video. But usually I just ask them.
Do people get mad that you just come up and film them though?
Yeah.
I've never really had... I've had two people last like October who were... Because I do interviews at my college like by the bars. I've had two people that were drunk and they were like... telling me to delete my account and stuff. It was funny, but like pretty much everyone's fine with it.
How do you deal with that when someone says something like just no? Do you take that personal or just like
I'm so used to it now. I mean, when we went to LA, like we on at least Santa Monica Pier, we had a like exactly 20% success rate. Like 80% of people said no. Over the whole trip, I got about 50 interviews, and I probably asked 140 people, 150. Wow. So like a bunch of people say no, it's fine.
You just move on?
Yeah, I don't really worry about it.
Just you and your cameraman, right? It's just you two with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is tough sometimes when they say no and you're in front of a crowd and then the whole crowd or like a bunch of people see you get rejected. But yeah, it's just me and the camera guy. So I could actually work with a tripod. It's just easier to have someone to film because if something happens, they can move it, or then I can film those like walk-up videos with somebody. And then also it's just it's nice not having to like worry about the camera myself.
That's smart.
It would also look weird, like you bring the tripod, you set it down, then you go walk up to someone's like, oh, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, and then you got to go do the whole thing. It's easier just to pay a cameraman and have him do it.
That's so smart. That's so smart. And then, damn, bro. So what are you majoring in right now in college in Iowa?
Entrepreneurship and my minor in computer science.
Do you actually believe in college?
My parents really want me there because they, like my mom's parents when she was younger couldn't afford it, so she had to work really hard to get herself into college. And then my parents really want me to finish college, so I'm probably going to for them. But at least for what I'm doing right now, I don't want to be there.
You don't think you need it, right?
No, but I'm actually happy I went because now I have a whole team of people at the school. I have my camera guy, 2 backups, a bunch of people who can act in videos for me for ads. So it actually has worked out really well because it's been a great place to get content, and like I've had a lot of support there. So I'm actually pretty happy I went.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'll probably be living somewhere warmer, or I'm hoping to live in Miami in the winters and Chicago in the summers. And I'll be either doing content full time or just living off my investments, or like trying to get new ones. I'm hoping in the next year to buy like my first real estate rental property. And the goal is to have a bunch of those by the time I'm like 30, so I can retire early and hang out with my family.
Wow.
So I've seen that the real estate market's been kind of iffy, right? Like supposedly it's at an all-time high. Do you believe in that? Do you believe it's gonna crash?
I have no idea about real estate, honestly. I'm trying to learn right now. I have no clue.
True. How about those Valley banks going bankrupt?
That was crazy. Yeah, if I was still making the content I was doing a couple of years ago, I would have been spamming videos about that. But yeah, that's crazy how that whole thing happened, and then the other one collapsed too. But I don't know. I was hoping, this is terrible, I was hoping it would drive down the market a little more so I could have a better entry. But I did it a little bit, at least, because it was driving down like the whole banking sector. But that was crazy how that happened.
How much did you put in?
I put 2K into the market like on Monday or Wednesday at the S&P 500.
Okay. And you said you believe in crypto too, or?
Yeah, I haven't bought more in like a year, but I hold a bunch of not a bunch, like 5K worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then some NFTs.
Okay.
You pulled it out?
No, I still have it in.
Oh, okay.
At like, I don't even remember what price.
Oh, so it did went up. You haven't lost yet, right?
No, I'm down right now probably, but I'm confident that it'll recover in the next few years, and so I don't even think I have Binance on my phone. Like I haven't touched it in a while.
And from like the videos and stuff, do you see yourself like pivoting? Like what do you still want to do interviews, or are you trying to jump to the next trend or jump to the next thing?
I'm going to keep doing interviews for as long as I can. I believe that like I don't think shadow banning is really like too much of a real thing. I have a bunch of friends that are like, oh, I'm shadow banned right now. To me, it's just you're not making good content, which is kind of terrible to say. But like in the past like couple of weeks, I've had really low views. I'm used to like averaging at like 600,000 views a video, and I've had a lot lower views. And I'm like, well, is what I'm doing interesting? And some of my interviews have been getting kind of boring, so I'm trying to switch it up and do more fun things and different types of videos. So if interviews are like hot like right now, like I have a bunch of friends who do interviews. We have a big group chat, and like we're all doing pretty well. But if that dies out, then I'll pivot to something else.
Sweet. So yeah.
So who do you like look up to like in this type of area? Like who are you like not trying to be, but like who are you the most compared to? I have one friend named Eric Suarez. He makes videos at ASU, and his content is just so high quality. He worked with like Pepsi. He did a video with Chegg, Photomath, like pretty big companies, and his content's really good. I want to get like his. And then there's another kid named Wyatt Eden. He makes videos at UW-Madison. I don't know if he still goes there, but now he travels around a bunch. And then I think he posted a photo, and it was like of his van, and I think he actually just lives out of that and travels and makes videos, which would be awesome. And I kind of want to get like him when like he just goes full interviews.
Yo, that's lit. So I mean, I don't know, I feel like that's tough though. Is there like a strategic way you go on interviewing people? Like, do you write these questions down? Do you target specific people, or it's just who it is what it is?
Normally, like at college, pretty much everyone is interviewable. They're all like the perfect age range where they're old enough to be in a video and want to be, but young enough to actually know what it is. And then at the mall, it's basically asking high schoolers and college kids.
Okay.
Like anyone who's over like 16 and under 30. I don't really go up to families. They're gonna say no. Old people are gonna say no. It's easier just to ask like 16 to 25-year-olds.
Okay. And what did your parents think about it when you started doing all this, or when you started or told them about it?
They've always been really supportive of the content. Like for Christmas, they got me like a new microphone and stuff like that. Like they've been really supportive, but they kind of just, they saw me over, a few years, like growing it. So it was like a gradual thing. So they've always been pretty supportive, which is really helpful. And, yeah, they're like, as long as I get my degree and do well in school, they don't care what I do.
Okay. So as long as you get good grades, they'll just keep supporting you no matter what.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's good. I feel like that's fresh, dude.
Mm-hmm.
What did your mom say when you hit the milli?
Well, I was at college, but I was with them when I hit 500K, and we all went out to dinner, and then I'm like, all right, we're halfway there. And then when I hit 1 million, I think they were just like, wow, that's cool. Like they knew my goal was to get 1 million. Like I've been wanting that for a long time. Same with like 100K on YouTube, so I could get the plaque. Like they knew I really wanted that. So they were just really happy for me. And they were like, be careful when we, later.
Let's say you tell your parents, hey, look, Mom, I see this going somewhere.
I'm gonna drop out of college, what would they say?
Oh, they know don't want to be there. Like, I mean, it is my decision. Like, I could just drop out, but they would not be happy. The rest of my family probably would not be happy either. And they could, like, my dad helps me with like taxes and stuff. Like, they see how much I make. They know that I can support myself and like do this full time. But they would be very, very unhappy. Yeah. So for now, at least, I'm staying in college because I don't have that hard of a major. Like, I'm able to put most of my time into content, so it hasn't been affecting me too much. Another benefit is like being in college is like the dining halls, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't spend any time cooking or any time cleaning, which saves me a lot of time as well. And then, like I said about the other things, like other benefits of actually being there, it's like really good for content. So for now, at least, I'm staying in college.
So do you get stressed out? So like time managing. So you have homework, because I'm also a student too, but I also have a part-time job. So do you get stressed out when you have to do content, or do you have someone else edit your stuff?
I have a guy from Hungary who does my captions.
Hungary?
But yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I do a lot of the editing myself because I've had an editor, but the thing is, like, let's say I go to LA and I got like 45 interviews.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just hand those to a guy and say make 45 videos. I'm gonna turn them into myself like 70 videos because there's reasons why my engagement's so high. Like, they go viral for a reason, and I just haven't found anyone that can recreate like the content like I do. Like, there's like every second I'm thinking about, okay, is this interesting for the viewer? Does the viewer need to have this? Like, the video I'm posting tomorrow, we had like 5 minutes of footage and I have to cut that down to about 40 seconds. What goes in that 40 seconds is very important, and I haven't been able to find anyone who isn't crazy expensive who can actually do that. So I edit myself. But going back to your question, like, this is terrible, but honestly, like, school is my side hustle and this is like my full-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do what I do to get grades. I go to my classes, I do my homework, but like, if I have an ad to film and I also have an assignment due, the ad's getting filmed.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a good response. Like,
yeah, like,
especially at this age. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is terrible. My parents won't see this, but like, I treat it like a basketball game, right? You have January, like, to February, March, April. My grades aren't the best. They're going to end up being like A's. Like, I got like a 3.5 last semester, but like the first 2 months I wasn't focusing on school too much because your grades can be terrible all semester, and then you actually put in the effort the last couple and get them right back up. Cause, at the end you can do the extra credit and you can do all this and get your grades up. So like the first two months of the semester, I was really focusing on videos because I knew I'd be able to fix my grades later.
Wow. Jeez. So, wow. Okay. So pretty much like when you're putting all your time into content, then how do you deal with that though? Because I'm assuming like when you started, you had to get addicted to the numbers. I'm assuming, right? Because you might have a video that did better than the last one. How do you deal with that? Or did that never affect you before?
Well, it's tough now because like when I have videos due like
you were saying with the analytics and like you not paying attention to the numbers, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I've had really good engagement the last year. Like, that's one of the things I'm really proud of is my engagement. I would average like 500K views. I would have a month, like I forgot when I checked, but I checked, and one time in 2 months I had 104 million views on TikTok alone. Wow. Which was crazy. Like, I was used to averaging like 800K views minimum, like a video. And then my engagement over the past few weeks has been like lower than that, and I'm like, damn, like I need to step it up. So I don't know, it's kind of tough because I'll have a video. I have these two videos that I thought were really good do like only 80K, but only 80K is still like really good for a lot of people. So it's tough because I've been so like spoiled with like really good views. But that just motivates me to make better, more engaging content.
Do you think TikTok has changed now? Like, you can't go viral as much? That's what I keep hearing.
I see all these growth coaches like say like, oh, everyone's getting lower views, look at this and this and this. But I think that's kind of bullshit. And the reason why is because there's still the same amount of people consuming content. So like, where'd the views go then? Like, I think people, as long as you're making like good videos, you're gonna get the views will come. Like, I've had some really boring interviews to the point where I wouldn't even want to watch them myself, and I'm like, well, I can't expect other people to want to watch this if I don't want to watch this. So like the video I'm posting tomorrow, it's with one of my friends actually. I think it's really good, and I actually want to watch it myself, even though I've already seen it. And that's content I want to be putting out. But I don't think TikTok's changed. There's still the same amount of viewers. I think everything's getting more saturated now. because there's more and more people starting to make
Consuming.
content.
You think China's like trying to spy on us and stuff?
I'm not worried because I've been using the internet so long since I was younger. Like they already got all my information. So like for me, I've posted 976 videos, I think.
Wow.
They already got like a million angles of my face, probably all my info. Like I'm not worried about that. Other people they might be spying on, but I just don't want TikTok to get banned.
That's true. What about YouTube and Facebook or Instagram? Do you use those too?
Yeah, so I'm working on growing my Instagram right now. It just hasn't. It's like harder to grow than like TikTok's really easy to go viral with, and get like a bunch of numbers quickly. But YouTube, especially doing like the horizontal videos, which I haven't really done. I'm posting another one tomorrow, but like I'm not really doing those. That's where you actually build like the connection with your audience. Like right now I have 1.3 million followers, but about 1 million of those followers are people who follow me just because they want free stuff. Like they're not like people
On
who actually
YouTube?
care.
On YouTube?
TikTok.
TikTok.
On YouTube I have 176k. But those are all shorts followers, not like long form followers. Like there's like this one YouTuber named Blake Backert. He makes like these prank videos like Low for Gideon, and he has about the same number of subscribers, but his subscribers subscribe because they watch his full 10-minute videos. He has a really valuable audience versus I have like 1 million on TikTok, but there are 1 million people that just want to see my 20 seconds and scroll.
Yeah.
So do people come up and be like, yo, like you're that guy with the money, or do they even say, yo, can you buy me something?
I've never had anybody actually ask to be like bought something. Like they're always, every time I go to Woodfield now, I probably get at least 3 people who recognize me, which is awesome. I love it when people come up to me. And it's weird. I've never had anybody actually come up and expect something. I've done like these random giveaways where someone will come up and be like, let me Venmo you. But like, I've never had anybody expecting anything.
Yo, and what was the craziest purchase you had to buy for someone?
So those are all staged.
Oh, really?
Not completely. Most of them are staged. I actually buy the stuff for the people, but I set it up so it's usually someone I know. I've done it with random people, but the thing is like in my mall we have to be really careful about getting kicked out. So I don't have the luxury of like going here and here and here and doing all this with these people. There's 4 shots I need, and we get the 4 shots and we're done because I can't get kicked out because I have to film videos there.
Right.
When I'm home. So those are staged, but like I'm trying to think, the most I spent, this was on someone I didn't know. It was $250 at Sephora, and she was like deciding between products, and I was like, oh, just get both. I didn't really think it'd be that expensive because it's this big.
Oh.
Right. And then I'm like checking out, but then the video gained me 100,000 followers. So $250 for 100,000 followers.
Wow.
I'd do that any day.
I saw you were giving away like $500 if they answered a question. Did you give those away?
It might have been 50, but I don't think I did 500.
Oh.
Did they answer them right?
Well, it depends which one I do. Sometimes I do like, do you want $5 or do you want to get a question right for 50? If it's the question right for 50, then I'll make it a really hard question. And I've given away probably, I don't know how much. I've gave away a lot last year too. I did those at like the bars, but one of the questions was like, how long can you be the president for? And it's kind of a trick question, but the answer is 10 years because you can be the vice president and then like become the president. And I've had a few people get that one and given away $50 to two different people. But then I've probably spent like $800 maybe at the mall, probably closer to $1,000 at the mall on like stuff. But I've gained 1 million followers off of it, and
it's a win-win.
I can charge way more for brand deals.
Right.
I made it back already.
So like at how many followers do you need to make like those brand deals, or do you think you need to reach out to those people?
I mean, I was getting deals like when I had only 100K. But
only
then,
100K.
Yeah, when I had 100K, it's tough, right? Because I used to see people with 1 million and be like, that's huge. Now I have 1 million, and I'm like, it's just 1 million, and I'm surrounded by like some friends who all have like 5 million. So
True.
It's always like, yeah. But I was getting reached out to a little bit at 100K, but you can't charge like crazy numbers. And then I started getting a lot more deals last summer, and I was probably at like 150. But so anywhere past like 100, but it's tough because I'm in like the finance niche, which is there's all these companies looking to advertise and they get like a direct return when they do that versus another company like you advertise, they buy your product, you maybe get like a percentage and that's it.
What type of advertisements wouldn't you do?
Wouldn't I do?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough. So there's this kid in LA who does a lot of videos with Feet Finder, and I've wanted to
The
do
wave.
No way. Yeah, he does that.
yeah, and I've wanted to kind of work with them because the integration's really easy. So I had a competitor reach out to me called Fun with Feet. Or no, someone connected me with them and they do like the same thing. And then I thought more about it, and for the rate they could pay, it wasn't worth it, especially because if the videos get taken down. And then I have to stage it and find a chick to actually tell everyone on my TikTok that she sells her feet photos. And so like I haven't worked with them. It was a edible company email me yesterday, and I would promote them, but I'm 19. I can't legally like have their products. So
Right.
like, it'd be tough to advertise that and then have a video of me like with edibles that I'm not supposed to have. So like I can't do that. There was trying to think if there's any. Yeah, there was like another edible company too, and I'm like, sorry, I want to, I just can't like legally have your products. So
But you would though, right?
I would though. Yeah.
What would be the limit that you just wouldn't do it?
Like what wouldn't I promote?
Yeah, what wouldn't you promote? Like just against every moral you have or what you believe in.
I wouldn't promote like scams. Like
Okay.
if it's gonna scam people, I'm not gonna promote it. I mean, for like $10 million, no problem, I would.
Yeah.
Easily, like I would. I think anybody would. But I won't promote scams. I won't promote like when I do look at the companies, there are a lot of finance apps. Like I look through it and I make sure it's actually like, could this improve someone's life? Could this help them save money? Could it help them boost their credit score? So if it's like a really dumb, like I've had just some like random companies, like this crypto one that was where you could like invest in private companies through crypto, and it was like really stupid, and I was gonna do videos with them, but then I decided not to because it looked just sketchy. I don't know. I say like I've never promoted I've made videos about crypto coins, but I've never promoted any coins. I've promoted NFT projects, but like that's tough because it was like a year ago, year and a half, and there were so many projects like hitting you up trying to get like promotion when crypto was booming.
Do you still believe in crypto?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I don't know. It's tough because everyone just wants to make money from it. No one actually cares, but I'm just holding, and then I have some NFTs that are pretty cool, and then I just hold those, and I don't really look at it.
Yeah. I believe in it very heavy. I believe in the metaverse.
Really?
I feel like that's where we're going to go next. Because I feel like if you ask a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old, it's going to begin with gaming, right? With the younger generation. When you ask a 7 or 8-year-old or 7 to 10-year-old, do you want an Xbox or an Oculus? I've heard Oculus. Because why would you... Yeah, playing the game, looking at TV is cool. But why not be in it?
Yeah.
Right? And I own one too. And I'm just like, oh shit, this is addicting.
Yeah.
So I feel like later on, other like Amazon, all these other big companies, it's not going to take long for them to like make something out of it. Or schools, like now we're on Zoom.
Yep.
Imagine if you just put the Oculus on. Stanford,
now
I'm
you're
pretty
in
sure.
the classroom.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
okay.
not going to take off, I think, for another 10 years, but I believe in it too, you know? It's not popular now, but I feel like every single day I play on the Oculus, interact with people.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's an interesting
Oh,
concept.
I have one too. It's fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't used it in a while actually, but no, it's a lot of fun.
Do you see you could buy land on on the metaverse?
Oh yeah, with some of those that was crazy when people were spending like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, like,
Right.
bro, like the internet's like infinite. Like it's never gonna end. Like your land's not worth anything if you buy anything on
Yeah,
the metaverse.
Yeah, it's tough because there was these projects that were like, oh, this like Decentraland, like this is the place to go buy like expensive stuff, but I don't know. It was crazy what people were spending money on.
It's crazy. So if someone just came up to you and say, Chris Stock, right? How would you describe your content? Like what is your content? You know, like, yeah, you interview people and it's like about finance, but how would you describe it?
Exactly how you just said it. I interview people about personal finance. Usually I just ask them how much money they have because it's intrusive and it gets views, but my bio says finance and fun because I do random challenges as well.
Yeah.
It's just the way you said it, I think.
So like in 10 years from now, when you're successful and like, you know, big money starts coming in, how would you want to help the economy then? Like, I'm assuming that's the lines you're trying to go to, or do you want to help people in that sense, or you
Like
still
how
have
do
no
I want
idea?
to help people
Yeah.
when I'm big? Really, like I love animals. I want to do stuff with
Oh,
that.
really?
My mom runs a nonprofit for animals, so like eventually that's what I want to help with.
With that.
That's the goal. But like I was actually going to do some advertising for her on my own TikTok, but it just didn't work out because I don't think it'll convert and I don't think it'll help her. But like,
She didn't pay.
no, no, I mean I would have done it for free, no problem. But it wouldn't have like gained her the audience she needs and like that. So I just want to help animals, but that's when I'm rich, like, you know.
True. Do you own an animal?
Yeah, I have a dog,
What kind?
German Shepherd.
Okay, I have
What
a yeah.
kind of animals do you want to help?
Mostly just like pets, but I'm also down. I think it would be cool to get one of those like anti-whaling boats and just put my face on the side of it. So when, let's say I buy like a couple $1 million like boat, send them to go like help the whales, and then put like just Chris fucking Stocks on the side of the boat.
That's lit.
So when you're trying to like whale and you see that, you're like, oh shit, like just I don't know. I feel like when I'm like a billionaire, it's gonna be fun to like do that stuff, you know, just screw around.
I like that.
'Cause
I
you
like
can.
that. I like that.
What's the craziest thing you would do if you were a billionaire?
Ooh, I love jet skis. I really want to buy one. I can now, but I'm making myself wait. And I really think it would be fun to jet ski like on the Washington Mall like in DC where they have like the Lincoln Memorial and they have
And
like,
then
the
that strip of
thing.
lake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to jet ski on there. I think that would be really fun. I think that's probably the craziest thing I want to do. I'm a billionaire.
Really?
Well, I feel like I don't know if I donate, let's say like $20 million to the city, they'll probably let me do it, right?
Right.
I don't know. Well, we can try.
Everyone has a number, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, 50 million. Like, you're telling me if I gave you 50 million right now, you wouldn't let me do that? Like,
They would. No, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah, they would. So I think that's the goal.
So, like, speaking about money, what's the craziest thing you ever purchased?
I try not to spend money. The most I've spent is at the mall for these videos. Or no, actually, the camera I bought, the camera and the lens together is like 4K. That's probably the
Wow.
most.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to spend some money to make some money, though. That's what I hear.
Exactly. And there are more expensive ones that I have friends who interview. Like my friend uses like a 6K setup, but
Wow.
that's the most I've spent on like one thing. It's probably that.
I'm assuming you pay your cameraman, right? Or
Yeah.
okay. And all right, that's cool. That's cool. Trying to.
Yeah, he gets 15 an hour,
Okay.
which they like.
We just recently started getting an editor, and I don't do it hourly like you. I usually just be like, hey, I'm gonna
Per video.
yeah. So I could just be like, well, all right, I'm gonna say I said, yo, can I do 13 videos for $80? So then that'll be like $6 a video, and his content's actually really cool. Like his video editing is really cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw him do it too. It takes him about like 30 to 40 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
So I think I'm kind of underpaying him in my opinion, because it's $6 a video, $80 for 13 videos. So
What type of content?
It's like 30-second
Yeah.
videos just asking someone.
Oh, like what I saw. I looked
Yeah.
on your TikTok, like those videos.
Like the latest 3 ones was of him that he edited.
Okay, where is he from? He's from here.
He's from here. Well, actually, he's from Midway. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pay my captioner $3 a video for captions.
Oh wow.
But I've had the other guy, I forgot who. I paid my previous editor. I think it was either 500 or no, it was I think 1,000 a month, and it was 6 videos a day.
Wow.
But like if they accept the rate, they accept the rate. You know what I mean?
6 videos a day.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think you're underpaying him if that's what he agreed to.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like I said, my guys from Hungary. I have friends who have a ton of like workers from the Philippines, and they I don't know what they pay for editing, but like you can get like overseas work for like pretty cheap too.
I worked for 2. This guy reached out to me. I forgot his name, but it's somewhere on my phone. I did 2 videos for $10. I think he's from India.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get hit up by a ton of editors that are like, can I do video? Can I be your editor? But it's tough because I like doing the editing myself, but I would need someone with captions, but you have to be able to like speak good English for captions. Because that's like the whole point. And most people I come across do, but then there's going to be certain words where, you know, maybe they don't know it, or I'm talking about like something like a store or something and they don't realize. So I've had trouble finding someone to do the captions where I don't have to go back and make a ton of edits, because then like I have CapCut do, when I like edit myself, I have CapCut do my captions. It does them automatically. I can do it in like 2 minutes. But
I just found that out like a couple days ago. I was about to tell you, dude, quit paying your editor or whatever, their caption editor. CapCut says automatic.
yeah, CapCut does a good job, but they made it worse, so I refuse to update it on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you do CapCut, how many words will it do per caption? Like 8.
Probably like
right?
2 or 3.
You have 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Because now when I download it on like new devices, it does like 8 to 10 per caption.
Oh.
And I don't like that. I use the old CapCut that makes them shorter. Or if you use Adobe Premiere Pro, you can actually say how many characters you want max in each caption.
So you can say like 5, and it'll be one word for each one.
So like, what editing software do you use? I use Final Cut Pro.
I use Adobe Premiere Rush, which is like Premiere Pro but way simpler. It doesn't have all the bullshit. I don't need that.
But you have to pay a monthly fee.
$20 a month
Okay.
for like all Adobe.
Yeah, I had it for like, I had the free trial. It was just too complicated for me, man, which is stupid. But I did try to play around with it for like 2 days, and then Final Cut Pro was just easier for me. I don't know why.
That's why I use Rush, because it's just simpler.
Adobe what? That's for editing videos.
Yeah, Premiere.
And it's $20 a month for like Photoshop and all that.
Yeah, it's the student discount. So when I was in high school, I pretended I was in college, but like you just put your school email in, and it's like $20 a month, and I think you get access to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's good. I've only used Premiere Pro and Rush, but yeah, it's really good.
Nice, dude. Nice.
You could do everything in CapCut if you wanted to, but I just like the way Adobe's set up.
How long does it make you like edit a video, like a 1 minute video?
It's tough because when I'm like buying people like stuff in the mall, those will take me, let's say, an hour to edit. But if it's just an interview, I can do the interview and the captions in like 10 minutes probably.
Oh wow. So like if someone were to ask you, hey, how do I start? What would you do? How would you guide them?
For interviews or editing?
Anything, just to start making content.
Well, I mean, interviews are tough because you have to like talk to random people. A lot of people don't want to do that, but they're really easy and you can go viral with them. And I started out with 2 iPhones, like filming interviews. My iPhone, my cameraman's iPhone for voice memos. That's it. Like you can start really easily, but just start making videos. Like you'll figure it out. Like I figured it out. It took me, a year and a half, but I did.
Wow.
You'll see what works and what doesn't, and you kind of have to pick a niche. I feel like to like gain that audience. You can't just make videos about yourself because no one really cares. But you just pick up your phone and start doing stuff, and you're figure it out.
So you're pretty sure you learned everything from YouTube, pretty much.
YouTube, and then like just other creators. Like when you follow someone back, when they follow you back on TikTok, you can talk to them. So I try to talk to as many people as possible. And a lot of times, it doesn't really lead to anything. But I've had like these random connections that have. Like there was this guy that makes content about like being a content creator, and now he's like helping me talk to Cash App for a deal. And so I just try to talk to as many people as I can and like learn from all other people as much as possible.
Oh wow. Okay. So would you ever sponsor someone? Like would you ever sponsor like a little creator or like help them guide them up, or you're still not at that?
Yeah, I mean like I have friends that like ask me for advice or like whatever. I'm totally down to like help people, but I would like right now I have like a real estate mentor kind of, and he helps me with real estate and I help him make videos.
Okay.
So that's how like that's what I do. But it's tough because I've had so many people ask me like, hey, I want to start, and then I'm like, all right, let's meet then. And then like they always say they want to do it. No one actually like takes the action.
There's no action behind the words, right?
Yeah, I've so many people have said that to me, but it's tough because this wasn't like pulling in the money it's pulling in now for years. Like I had periods of months where I'd just lose followers and wouldn't get any views. Like I just had to stick through it and like know that one day it'll work out.
That's what I tell myself too. And like I don't know, when people just look at you like, oh, you're just making TikToks and YouTube's Pedro, I'm like, I saw the vision in it and I've still seen the vision in it. So regardless, like whatever people tell me, I'm still going to do it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you're the same way when you started too. Yeah. Like regardless, you have a vision where you want to be. Yep. And you're going to continue to keep doing it. Yeah.
So how did you deal with like the hate comments, if you got any?
Now at least I don't even care. Like you can't really offend me. Like I have one guy that sends a message like once a day that he's been doing it for like a few days. That's like stop interviewing or something. It's kind of funny. People like hate about everything. I like it. It's good engagement. Like one time I wore like these really goofy pants for videos and I knew I'd get a ton of people flaming me, but it would make the video go viral. Like I don't really care about the hate comments because I'm so used to it. Yeah.
I was watching one of our videos and somebody called me like, I think somebody said Steiny from Nug he fell really low or something like that, right?
Oh, I saw that.
That shit was hilarious.
Damn.
I saw that.
So sometimes I guess you just gotta see it as like from the comedic point of view.
Yeah.
And if you get offended, like you kind of lost.
Yeah,
yeah, you have to just brush it off. I've had so many DMs, I just delete them.
Well, that's why I always tell, like, I'm a psychology major, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm always just like reminding myself and tell my other friends, like, don't let other people's opinion of you become your reality.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same way. Same thing with school. Like I'm doing it for validation. Like it's not the grades you make, it's the hands you shake. Mm-hmm. Like I bet you've made so much networking now with all these sponsors and meeting people in public, right?
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. That's why I do it too, right? Mm-hmm. To fulfill what you're looking for too. That's why I ask those questions. And that's crazy though. So that is crazy though. And is there someone is there anyone that you've like helped that's actually growing or is getting up there?
Not really.
Okay.
Not like I've helped like people here and there, but no one I've like consistently mentored that's like really grown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine your psychologist saying, I don't really care about school.
True.
That would
True.
suck.
All right.
That's
and,
funny.
And then for like the questions too, I'm gonna ask you this. So now since you have 1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you have a girl that you're talking to right now. Do girls like come up to you like, "Oh my god, you got 1 million"? Like,
That's how I met her actually. She started commenting. That was only the second like real female I've ever had like hit me up through like third that I've had hit me up through like the interviews. But I don't know, some people are like, "Oh my god, you have 1 million," and then they don't really care. Like,
right.
no, not many people like care
No
that
special
much.
treatment from like a girl that recognized you's like, "Yo, you got 1 million. Let's go to the bathroom."
No, never to that degree. I've had one that's like, "Oh my god, can you follow me back?" and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like it's never.
Like, yeah, I'll follow you back. Just
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna take that
Well,
one out. But
my one friend, the real estate guy, he said he's had people like fly out to meet him,
yo, well,
which is crazy. But he's older, like he's like 30.
okay.
So I was in high school a lot of the time I was doing this, so it's like different. But yeah, no, I had a teacher in Chicago DM me last September, but I had a girlfriend at the time. So I just like didn't respond, but that was weird because I'm like, dude, I live in a dorm room. Like, you're an actual adult, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But,
shit, she was trying to get at you?
well, she said, "Hey, this is me sliding into your DMs," and then I had a girlfriend at the time, so I didn't really like do anything with it, and I was like, "That's cool, but I'm live in Iowa, and also I'm in a relationship, and you're an actual adult. I'm 18."
Was she bad?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Slide up to this dude.
How old was she?
I don't remember. It was probably in her 20s. I don't remember.
Wow.
Dude, I think you missed out.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend at the time, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
You just recently, I'm assuming you really broke up with her, or?
Yeah, it was in like October.
Wow. Okay.
How was that?
It was just because of long distance. Like, if I was still living here, we still would have been dating. So, we like knew it was coming. It wasn't that bad.
High school sweetheart.
Yeah.
How
Were you
long?
like,
Or-
yeah, I have
It
a
was
Millie.
like it was like 2.5 years.
Wow.
So it was like actual like, I mean, it hurt, but like, I got over it. Yeah. She was never like super crazy about the videos. Like I made some videos asking about Andrew Tate, and she hated those. And I'm like, I'm not promoting him. I'm just asking questions about him. She hated that, but she was still supportive, but never really cared that much about him. But I guess she was with me from when I started to when I like had 200K. So it was like a slow progression. Like, it wasn't one day I got. It wasn't like she met me when I had all the followers. So she was used to me like not having that.
True. Damn.
So she left when you were up, basically.
Yeah, and now I'm even more up. It's actually pretty funny. Two of my closest friends in content both like tripled in followers when they had like breakups.
Yeah.
Like my one friend went from 100K to 400K. My other friend went from like 700 to 1 point something million. Like, I don't know why, but I guess that's the strategy. If you want to gain followers, just leave your girlfriend.
All right, let's say you drive a Ferrari, you have a mansion. She comes back. What are you doing?
Is she over 18?
No, your ex.
Oh, my ex?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like a random chick. I mean, it definitely hurt because she broke up with me, and then she like started going like talking to like a new guy like really soon after, which kind of hurt. But like,
It's the worst.
yeah, no, it's good motivation for when I get to the gym. But like, I'd probably still like date her again because she was a good girlfriend. Like, I don't actually hate her.
You know what's the best for that? George said this before. The best revenge is success.
Yes, it's in 21. No, J. Cole says it in a 21 Savage song.
It is
They
true
say that
though.
Success is the greatest revenge.
Has she hit
So-
you up since you hit that milli or the success you're having now?
She said congrats when I hit 1 million, but we haven't talked at all. It's my cameraman here is actually one of her best friends.
Oh,
So
really?
It's kind of funny because I'm hanging out with him and one of our other friends today too. But like, I haven't talked to her in a while.
True.
You should buy a Lambo and like ride by her house.
Oh, I just bought my cameraman AirPods. So
Yo, that's it.
he'll probably, because I wanted to get him something for when I hit 1 million, and she probably saw those. But I mean, she sees me on my story. Like, I went to LA and Denver and Chicago like in a month, in like a span of a couple weeks, and I'm like doing stuff. But I don't dislike her.
And like going back to the Andrew Tate, I don't know why people dislike him when he's trolling like 60% of the time. His main goal is just to motivate men.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think it was just because some of like the outlandish things he said that was all to get views. Like people didn't like that, and there's like allegations against him. They didn't like that, but like I would ask people.
Cardi B, she actually roofied men.
Yeah. I know it's crazy that people.
What are your actual thoughts on Andrew Tate though?
That's tough. I think he's like pretty cool. I don't know like about if all that stuff about him is true, but like he is like motivating, inspiring. Like one thing he said was like, I mean like I'm not like a huge fan of him, but like one thing he said was like, you know, you're the only person who can make this work, and you're the only person who can fuck this up. Like you can do it. He's like telling men to like be strong and this and that. And I think like a lot of it's pretty good advice, but I don't like follow, like I don't really know what's up with him.
Yeah, and that's good. I feel like people don't understand that you don't have to like someone to like agree to some things they say, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with like some things he said.
Yeah, I like the self-motivation, which is like you control your life. You want that six-pack, get it. But if you don't, you're a lazy piece of shit, right? It's simple.
Yeah, like
David Goggins kind of.
Yeah, I love him too. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
motivating.
David Goggins, a boy. I
Yeah,
like that.
it sucks that he's in jail. He's kind of old news now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
If he gets out though, I'm sure he'll blow up again. 'Cause
100%.
he'll go on a bunch of podcasts like, and he'll blow up again. Because that podcast, I mean, it's what I'm doing now. Like that, Mr. Beast did it too. Theo Von's done it, where you
Yeah.
just go on a ton of podcasts and you get all these short form clips made of you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping one day I can get on, like, you know, big podcasts too.
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%.
do you think that was like, you have any conspiracy theories for the Andrew Tate thing?
Oh, with like why he's in jail?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know if all of that's true or not. I have no idea.
True. And then just to like wrap up some stuff too, like I'm going to ask you the same question I've asked everyone else, but I'm going to ask you in the end right now. Like, what is your advice? What is your advice to a college student?
Well, I feel like, you know, if you're in college, right? In my head, I'm in college. I have 3 more years basically to like get my shit together before I have to go work a real job. And I'm not a job type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be doing that. Which, I mean, I'd rather work longer for myself, or more, like Mark Cuban says, I'd rather work more hours a week for myself than work a job for somebody else. So like, if you're in college, like, you got to realize you got to realize right now, like, if you don't want to be doing that, you got to start today.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting your shit together, doing like starting a business, side hustle, whatever. And then in terms of like other advice, like for content, I didn't know how to make videos at the beginning. Now I do. What goes into it, the hook, the call to action, all of that. But you just got to start doing something. Just post videos of you talking about something, and maybe one will blow up, and maybe you'll get 1,000 followers overnight, and now all of a sudden you have an audience. Like, you just got to start, and then also talk to as many people as possible, because I've learned so much from other creators.
Where can people find you at? Just drop your socials.
Oh, it's Chris Stocks on TikTok and YouTube, Chris Stocks Official on Instagram.
All right.
I wanted Chris.Stocks on Instagram, but the one account's inactive, and then Chris Stocks without a period won't respond to my DMs, even after I've offered like $100. So, yeah, I really want to buy the account from him, but...
So if you're hearing this, man, if you see this, give him a fucking account back.
I'll Venmo you, no problem. Like, easy $100 for just switching your name.
Shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for
for having me.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's awesome.